Hello and welcome to Road Adventure Photo. Today we've just crossed the Indiana state line on Highway 30, which I believe is part of the old Lincoln Highway. Let's tighten you up here. Okay, this is the first from the GoPro for documenting my ride to Sturgis, North Dakota. I decided a few days ago that I was going to ride to Sturgis. The reason is mainly that I've never seen it before and I'm not getting any younger and I'd really like to see it. But there's problems. I've got the time, but I ain't got the money. So we're gonna do this on the cheap. How cheap and how rough, I don't know. Now right now, what I'm doing may not be a good idea, but part of my doing it on the cheap is to go slower. If you go slower, things might not break as fast. You never know. Oh, another reason. So I watch a YouTuber named Scotty Karekas. I think that's how you say his name. He's been living on a motorcycle for a long time. Can't get out of here. And he's got a book for sale that I want to read. So why not ride to Sturgis and get you one? That's my thought. So this section here is pretty boring. And if I'm not talking, then it's gonna be really boring. 30 West. I need to go 30 West here. We're on our way to Fort Wayne right now. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to stay the night even. So yeah, I was just sitting there wishing that I had planned a trip, thinking maybe if I do a trip, that'll up my my little moto vlog game here. I don't know how, because it's just me going alone. I tried to get some other people to go, but it's kind of crazy to ask people on that short of notice. So nobody else could go. I know there's some other people I know up there, so maybe I'll run into them. But it's a lot of people. Now, something I think is kind of unique and funny is I rented a yard to stay in. Yep, just somebody's yard. $40 a night. pretty close to downtown. I'm supposed to be walking distance to downtown. What's kind of funny is I'm not really a Sturgis type of guy. I mean, I'm not a big Harley biker type. And that's the type people think of going to Sturgis, but everything I tell you about Sturgis is from what I've been told. I haven't been there before. But from what I've been told, it's just a lot of normal people who love motorcycles. Sounds like me. I'm in. What made me think of this $1,000 deal? Well, there's a guy on there explaining how he expected to spend $8,500. Garage Monkey's his name. And he laid out a very realistic and common sense plan that he uses to go. And to do it right, yeah, you probably need about $9 grand. Everything's expensive there. And it sounds crazy, but when you sit down and do the math with him, yep, I could see that. If you ride your own motorcycle up and want to do it right, I could see spending maybe a little less. He says he saves money. He's done it many, many times, so he's probably right. He says he saves the money because of the lodging. I can see that. Now he's going to spend a lot of money on alcohol, the bar ladies, all sorts of things. Obviously, on $1,000, that ain't happening with me. And my goal is to go up and do some photography. It just seems like a place that should be full of interesting sights. I've already been mesmerized watching the main street. They kind of show it there on YouTube. There's a live feed of it. I've seen every type of motorcycle. I was really surprised to watch so many Indians go by. Now I had a choice between my Weiss Ultra or this Goldwing, and I picked the Goldwing. I know a lot of people are thinking, why are you taking a Honda up to a Harley event? Well, it's not really a Harley event, and even if it is, there are so many bikes up there. I can't imagine anybody really caring what I'm riding. Just can't see it. So I'm not afraid at all to take the Goldwing up to the Big Bad Harley Fest. Yeah, I know. I've seen the old 70s pictures and read the stories on Easy Riders where they take some guy's Honda and just demolish it. We've all heard about it. But they don't do that anymore. People are a little bit smarter than that now. And the place is different. I mean, back then it really was the Wild Wild West, and now it's a lot of old geezers. I hear that younger folks are coming in too. We'll see when I get there. It'd be nice to see the younger generation get to have this too. And for me, when I say they could get to have this, you know, it's a dream too. When you're young, you dream of what going to Sturgis would be like. Well, at my age, a lot of those dreams of that ship's done sailed. But that doesn't mean I can't have a lot of fun there with a lot of like-minded people that just love motorcycles. And I don't know how much of this I'm going to catch on camera. I've got to buy some SD cards. I'm sure I'll be filling them up. The motovlogging part of this is kind of new to me. Now, Google wanted me to go through Chicago, and this guy is just stopping. There's no way I would go through Chicago. I've had friends do it and get stuck in traffic, and sure enough, them Harleys, they get hot sitting there in traffic, and they've had problems with them where they don't get to finish the trip. I doubt that my Honda would have an overheating problem, but I'm not going to torture it. I think on a Honda I'd be more worried about the charging system sitting there in that heat. But if the charging system goes, you're just going to be dead in the water. You're not going to fry a motor. I brought along my trailer, and the trailer is loaded with a tent, a cot, a chair, a week's worth of clothes, some tools, a spare tire, a jack stand in case I gotta change the tire on my trailer, and some odds and ends to eat with if I have to cook for myself in a pinch. I can even make my own coffee. Now, the lady I got the yard off of on Airbnb, she sent me a message and said that they've got showers and outdoor toilets. And I should be set. I mean, that's all I really need. I'm more excited about riding to some of the monuments like Mount Rushmore. I'd like to see Deadwood. I'd like to see Devil's Tower. I plan on doing more of that than just riding through Sturgis. So by the time this video makes it to YouTube, Sturgis will be over, and I'll be editing this with fond memories. Maybe. trying to give a test run on my tent. I wanted to see if I knew how to set it up in case I had to set it up in the dark. And I'm telling you, just putting up that tent whooped my rear end. And at first it made me want to give up. And then I realized my health is needing some work here. And I'm not going to get healthy sitting at home. I need to change my attitude. So that's kind of what we're doing out here. One thing I took into consideration too was, since nobody will go with me, I can do this however I want. Now, other people, they may be obsessed with getting to Sturgis. They want to see the pretty girls and drink the beer and all that. And they may not want to take these back roads. So this is a good deal not having to worry about that. Could be a once in a lifetime situation altogether. Hopefully I'll get to go again if I like it, but you never know. And if I do go again, other people may want to go with me because, you know, I'll be the experienced one. And yeah, I won't be able to do whatever I want then, will I? Maybe I could. I've been to East Coast Sturgis, and it's a lot of fun, and everybody said that they like that more than here. But are they saying that because they don't have the money to go to Sturgis? Or are they saying that because they really do like it better? I don't know. The fact they have to name it after Sturgis kind of says a lot. Right now we're looking at 3 in the afternoon. I figure I got till 7 to start looking for places to stay. I'll probably start about 5 though. What would be perfect would be a campsite. I would really like to camp tonight. Fire department doing something there. Had to put out a fire. That would explain the fire department. It's like an earth mover school. I don't know what it is exactly. Steel Dynamics. What's your superpower? Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know what my superpower is. I got a feeling I'm going to need a couple before this trip's over though. Yeah, I got a feeling this is going to be a slow ride up. So today is Saturday. The rally's already started. I'm going to take tomorrow and today to cover the majority of the miles up. And then on Monday, I'll finish the ride in. And I can't get into the yard spot until 3. Ultra. They're hiring. Every place is hiring. At least they say they are. So if you had a choice between taking the Ultra or the Goldwing, would you take the Harley? Would you feel obligated to take the Harley if you really wanted to take the Goldwing? There's stuff just popping up everywhere. There's another one, Sterigenics. And there's another place, 80/20. Build your idea. Seems like all across this part of the country, all over the Midwest, things are just cropping up everywhere. When it's been dead for a long time. Do I need a sign telling me to wash my hands? I don't know. Jayco trailers, well, I guess that's all sorts of RVs. Thrills RV. They're there for the thrills. Well, I'll turn this off at this light until I come up with some more interesting topics. I just wanted to get started. I'm sure there's much more to come if I can figure out how to get all this together.